Released in 2015, the Audi Q7 is best described as a really good car. It's a luxurious 7-seat SUV that will carry you and your clan around in luxurious comfort, surrounded by some of the nicer things in life. Things like quality leathers, really fancy infotainment systems, and some really solid plastics. So that's that then, right? I mean, if it's brilliant, and it is, then job done, on to the next thing. No, because time waits for no one. If the Q7 were a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, it would be 36 dog years old, and that means it's time for some midlife grooming. A fancy fur cut, some claw manicures, I don't know, I don't have a dog, but the point is, it's time for a refresh. So, here is what Audi has done to keep the Q7 competitive against the other big dogs like the Land Rover Discovery, the BMW X5, the Volvo XC90, and so on. We've got a big new grille up front, kind of like a muzzle, there's some new lights, a redesigned rear end, and it's slightly longer, like a dachshund. Inside there's been a bigger overhaul with digital everything everywhere. There are 2 touchscreens in the middle and a digital instrument panel. They're very easy to navigate around and they look awesome, but man do they attract greasy fingerprints. This system comes on all 4 trim levels: Sport, S-Line, Black Edition and 4-sprung. And for full information on what version has what kit, and they all have a lot, then check out the written review at autotrader.co.uk. The Q7 is designed as a people lugger, so there is a ton of space in the second row, even for 3 tall adults, although the person in the middle will have slightly less legroom. In the third row there's enough room for another 2 grown-ups, although taller ones will suffer a bit when it comes to headroom. The boot is massive, and if you fold all the seats away, you'll have more than 2,000 litres of space, which I'm pretty sure is enough for another car. The Q7 might be a big old lumbering beast, but it drives and handles very well, so Audi has wisely left most of the mechanical bits well alone. However, it has brought some modernity to the engine range. All the engines are now 3-litre V6s, 2 diesels and 1 petrol, and they all have a mild hybrid system. That means they've got a battery to give a little bit of extra grunt to the engine, but you can't plug them in to charge them up, and you can't run on electric power alone. Still, it all helps with the fuel economy. The range starts with the 45 TDI, which is a diesel and has 231 horsepower. It then continues through the 50 TDI, which has 286 horsepower, and the 55 TFSI, which is the petrol, and has 340 horsepower. We've tried the 55 petrol and it's basically as strong as you need it to be. It's pretty effortless at low revs and has enough power higher up to give you a quick overtake or a quick blast onto a motorway on-ramp. This is the 50 TDI, and if you've not been put off by all the recent diesel scare stories, it's probably the one to go for. While it's a bit noisier than the petrol, it feels like it's got a bit more low-down welly, and obviously it'll give you much better fuel economy as well. All versions have 4-wheel drive, which means excellent traction even when the roads are slightly moist. It's not really a proper off-roader though, so while it'll be fine on gravelly paths, if you need some kind of machine to traverse your muddy farm, then this probably isn't the right choice. All UK versions come with air suspension as standard, which makes for a very comfortable ride, but also keeps things very well in control through the corners, despite this being a very big heavy machine. The 2 top-spec versions, Black Edition and 4-sprung, come with a sportier version of the air suspension, which we haven't yet tried. The changes to the Audi Q7 have done very little to dent its appeal. All they've done is bring it bang up to date with the latest interior tech, better fuel economy and a slightly more snazzy, but still quite understated look. It remains, essentially, a very luxurious bus, able to haul lots of people and/or lots of stuff around in great comfort. It's got a great quality interior and very reasonable on-road performance. If you've got a large family and you want to treat them very well, then make sure to check out one of these. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because we've got loads of great content to help you find your next car. If you'd like to find out even more about the latest Audi Q7, then check out our in-depth written review at autotrader.co.uk.